Okay, my dear students, myself Dr. K. Shivaya, Department of Pharmacology, Shantiram College of Pharmacy, Nandyal. Our next topic is macrolides. These are one of antibiotics. Macro, why it is called macro? The size of the structure is big, macro. So the macrolides are the group of macrocyclic. That's why I said it's a big cyclic group. So macrocyclic lactone ring. It usually contains 14 to 16 atoms along with deoxy sugars are attached. This is the macrolides. So suppose in that macrolide, one of drug is erythromycin, which consists of two sugar moieties to a 14 atom lactone ring. So these erythromycin are obtained of Streptomyces erythraeus, and the remaining the clarithromycin and digithromycins are semi-synthetic derivatives of erythromycins. So a little bit modified the erythromycin drug, then they can synthesize the clarithromycin and azithromycin. This is erythromycin R1CH3 R2H. This is R1, R2. And clarithromycin R1, R2, CH3s. So wherever the R1 and R2 is there, you can get the CH3 when it is come to the clarithromycin. So come to the classification of macrolides: erythromycin, clarithromycin, azithromycin, rajithromycin, and spiramycin. Erythromycin only is a natural one, remaining are semi-synthetic derivatives. And ketolides, that is telithromycin. Come to the mechanism of action. So the macrolides to inhibit the protein synthesis by reversibly. I already said what is the meaning of reversibly. It's bind and it leave, and again it is bind, again it leave. So that's it is the reversibly binding to the 50S ribosomal subunit and inhibit the protein peptide elongation. How the aminoglycosides act, similar mechanism only. Then the low concentration of this drug act as a bacteriostatic, and a high concentration is acting as a bactericidal. You know what is the bacteriostatic? To inhibit the growth of the bacteria, we can call it as bacteriostatic. Bacteriostatic to inhibit the to kill the microorganisms, we can call it as a bactericidal. As a diagrammatic presentation of the mechanism of action regarding these macrolides, see these tRNA. You know, tRNA to bring the amino acids to the ribosomes. So this is ribosomes. This is the upper one is 50S and this is the lower one is 30S ribosome subunit. So these macrolide binded here and inhibit the further. So here we can understand, we can understand what is that. So the macrolides bind reversibly to the 50S subunit of bacterial ribosome. There is evidence that some prevent the transfer of the peptide tRNA from the A site to the P site, thus preventing the elongation of the polypeptide chain. So it's bind to the one end of the tRNA. Then after that, what is happening? Another amino acid, it will not bind here, and because of this blocking or these acting to inhibit the peptide formation. So when it is peptide not formed, there is no protein formation. That's why it is inhibiting the protein synthesis. But this is codon 1. Here it is codon 2. It is when it is binded, it is inhibited. Come to the spectrum of antibacterial activity. So macrolides are similar to penicillins regarding their spectrum of activity. So they act on the both gram-positive and gram-negative organisms. So these are the gram-positive cocci and these are the gram-positive bacilli. And these are the gram-negative cocci and gram-negative bacilli. So they produce the respective diseases of the respective microorganisms. So if these entire microorganisms, if you want to treat, we can give these macrolide, either erythromycin, clarithromycin, azithromycin, we can give. So these are all macrolides only. These are all same activity and same mechanism of action, same spectral antibacterial activity. And these are also these organisms, these microorganisms, it will, these drugs are acting. Next, bacterial resistance. So how the bacteria getting the resistance to these macrolides? Because of methylation of guanine residue of ribosomal RNA. So when the ribosomal RNA, when it is that RNA, when it is a methylation takes place, when the ribosomal RNA, when the methylation takes place, the macrolides cannot bind to there because of lower affinity towards macrolides. An active efflux system. So these when the drug enter into the bacteria, it is immediately to efflux the drug. So that is one thing. And the presence of plasmid associated erythromycin esterase. So what is happening? You know, the bacteria have the nucleus, that is a round circle. In that nucleus, when the, you know what is the meaning of a plasmid? Is a small uh, small sorry, it's a small strip in the nucleus, mutated it is transformed from another microorganism. It's combined to the another microorganism nucleus. Now it is called as plasmid. So these plasmid, now it is mutated. These plasmid mutated to produce the esterase enzyme. These esterase enzyme to erase the, or nothing but to break the erythromycin. So the presence of plasmid associated erythromycin esterase. Clarithromycin and azithromycin show cross resistance with erythromycin, but erythromycin can be effective. So again, macrolide resistant organisms and lack of cell wall permeability to macrolides is the reason why gram-negative bacteria resistant to antibacterial effects of these agents. So because of these, the antimicrobials, macrolides, very good antibacterial activity. Then come to the pharmacokinetics, absorption. So erythromycin is variable absorption, food may decreases the absorption. So better to write well absorption, but destroyed by gastric acid. So we cannot take before food. So entry-coated esters and esters are also more acid stable. So they can give the by these methods. And clarithromycin acid stable and well absorbed. So it's a well absorption. So acid stable ఉంటుంది, but erythromycin acid unstable. Net azithromycin, this one also azithromycin also acid stable. Food decreases the absorption of capsule. Distribution, extensive tissue and cellular distribution. So well distribution. Clarithromycin and azithromycin with extensive penetration, but no blood-brain barrier. But it is not enter into the brain and the cerebrospinal fluid penetration. So these drugs are not much enter into the brain. Erythromycin accumulates in the prostatic fluid and also macrophages. Azithromycin accumulates in neutrophils and macrophages, fibroblasts. Has a large volume of distribution of the longest half-life. So overall, what we have to understand, a well distribution and a good half-life, longest half-life. Elimination, the is they are eliminated through urine only. But only these drugs we cannot remove through the hemodialysis. Some drugs, erythromycin, azithromycin, excreted through bile as active drugs. So you know what is the bile? It is secreted into the duodenum. So these bile, uh, in that bile secreted these drugs, azithromycin and erythromycin. First, the maximum drug it is excreted through urine, but a few amount of drug it is excreted through bile acids. That is the answer. So here the does not penetrate into the brain. Overall information, it metabolites. Any taken maximum, if you taken any drug, it is compulsory metabolized in the liver and to form the metabolites. So the metabolites of erythromycin and azithromycin appears in the bile, and also active drug also present. Clarithromycin appears in the urine. So this is the recording fate or ADME. Next, adverse effects. So similar effects I tell already. The all antimicrobials and antibiotics to produces the minimum nausea, vomiting, and the stimulation of gut motility, and is very very important. And diarrhea occasionally, anorexia. So these are the adverse effects. And liver toxicity, erythromycin, particularly the estolate, can produce acute cholestatic hepatitis. So hepatitis means inflammation of liver. So because of this, it produces a fever, jaundice, impaired liver function, probably as a hypersensitivity reaction. So most patients recover from this, but hepatitis recurrence in the if the drug is re-administered. Most of the patients, they are recovered when you stop the drug. When you stop the treatment of these drugs, the patient was recovered from these liver toxicity. If the continuous, hepatitis continuous. So macrocytes get deposited in perilymph and cause of ototoxicity. Ototoxicity, you know what is the meaning. Already we discussed. And other allergic reactions include fever, eosinophilia, where you know what is the meaning. It increases the temperature, body temperature, and eosinophilia decreases the number of eosinophils, and rashes, skin rashes. Prolonged QT wave, prolonged QT means here the ECG, PQRST will be there, no, that EQ-Q2 wave will be elongated, prolonged. So it shows the graph is very big. So that is the liver toxicity. And drug interactions, erythromycin metabolites can inhibit cytochrome. So because of this, why it is a drug interaction, erythromycin metabolites can inhibit the cytochrome P450 enzymes. When these enzyme inhibited, it is a very very important enzyme to metabolize the so many drugs and so many food particles. So thus increases the serum concentration of numerous drugs. So when you these macrolides, if you given other drugs, especially theophylline and oral anticoagulants and cyclosporin and methylprednisolone, if you given along with these erythromycin drug, these levels, the active levels, these levels increased because of they are not metabolized. These theophylline, oral anticoagulant, cyclosporin, methylprednisolone, actually they have to metabolize in the liver to produce the metabolites, but the sufficient, the minimum sufficient cytochrome P450 enzyme is not there because of the erythromycin to inhibit. The erythromycin metabolites inhibit these enzymes. When these enzymes decrease, these levels increases. So that is the drug interaction. And erythromycin increases the serum concentration of oral digoxin by increasing the bioavailability. So these are the drug interactions. So these erythromycin, clarithromycin, telithromycin to inhibit. So these are all drugs, not metabolites. These drugs are not metabolites. So increases the concentration in the plasma or serum. I can get my point. So what are the drugs? These are all metabolized to form the metabolites. These drugs in the liver metabolized to form the metabolites. But because of these antibiotic, it decreases the activity of liver. So these drugs actively increases the concentration. If the concentration of these drugs increases, these drug produces the adverse effects. That is the therapeutic uses of erythromycin. The upper part of the respiratory tract infections, especially we can give the upper respiratory tract infections. We can use maximum. If you see, if you get any nose infection, if you get running nose or rhinitis, we can compulsory we can give the azithromycin. Okay, and soft tissue infections, GIT, and urethritis caused by these are all, and mycoplus pneumonia also we can give, and jejuni enteritis, and other trachomatis and epidermitis, cervicitis, and all inflammatory diseases we can give, and pneumonia caused by any respiratory illness, and gonorrhea caused by Neisseria gonorrhea also we can give, conjunctivitis, and ophthalmic injections also we can give it, prophylaxis of ophthalmic infections. Okay, it is a very low dose we can give. And to treat acne also in allergy also we can give the azithromycin, and a pelvic inflammation azithromycin are these are all macrolides we can prefer. But erythromycin, why cannot we can give the, why you prefer the azithromycin? Because of erythromycin is acid instable, so that's why they cannot mention regularly. Azithromycin is acid stable and it is absorbed. And a pelvic inflammatory disease due to susceptible organisms such as pneumonia, and these are all pelvic inflammations caused by these organisms we can treat by using these macrolides. And adverse drug reactions, you know, already we studied, so these are all adverse drug reactions. And therapeutic uses of azithromycin, whatever I mentioned, we can use the entire drugs, but particularly few diseases we can use the specific macrolide. Suppose if we take an erythromycin against Moraxella catarrhalis, and less potent against bordetella, so especially we can use it in this. And spiramycin, it is also resembles erythromycin, has weak antidote. However, it is highly efficacious against these causes of water, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. So sometimes Toxoplasma gondii and Cryptosporidium causes the diarrhea and abdominal cramps. So during that time we can mention we can treat these specific drugs spiramycin. We can give the azithromycin also, but when compared to spiramycin, this spiramycin is more impact when compared to azithromycin. It's more active in this disease. These azithromycin more impact in this disease. So that's the thing. And these are the clinical applications. Usually, especially already I said, it is mainly used in respiratory tract infections and skin allergy due to susceptible all these organisms. All skin allergy we can use the macrolide antibiotics and prevent the treatment disseminated MAC infections. Anemia causes common patients with MAC diseases. And to eradicate H. pylori associated with peptide ulcer diseases and adverse reactions, hepatic failure if it continues, if it treated, because of it inhibit the cytochrome P450 enzyme, so that along with it inhibit the other enzymes. Due to this hepatitis, it will come if you prolonged, if you taken the liver will be failure. And Steve Johnson syndrome, it is also similar to the liver. And pseudomembranous colitis and drug rashes and toxic epidermal necrolysis, already other adverse drug reactions we already studied. So these are all the same of azithromycin uses. These are all the adverse effects similar to. Okay, these are the questions regarding macrolides. What are macrolides? And right source of erythromycin. Classification of macrolide antibiotics. Mechanism of action of macrolides. Adverse effects of macrolides. Overall adverse effects we have to write. And the pharmacokinetics of macrolides. Overall pharmacokinetics we have to write. And uses and adverse effects of particularly azithromycin. Uses and adverse effects of azithromycin, and uses adverse effects of clarithromycin. So these are the. Thank you, one and all. So all of you write properly with respective answers, and all of you make comment with your roll number and submit as quickly as possible within 24 hours what I given as per your schedule. Thank you.